90% of SEOs are doing keyword research the exact same way. And that's why they're all competing for the exact same keywords. Like, for example, if you're just opening up Ahrefs and you're sorting by keywords search volume, maybe you're putting in keyword difficulty as a filter, everyone else is playing that exact same game and everyone else has the same data as well. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to find winning keywords that quite literally nobody else is going for. It's obviously other people will start using this method after I release this video, but if you're one of the first viewers to watch this, you're going to be winning from this strategy. So typically speaking, right, a lot of people, when they are doing their keyword research, whether it's for a new website, whether it's for an existing website, what they'll typically do is they'll load up Ahrefs or SEMrush, they'll go after maybe accountants, and they will add in some keyword difficulty filters. So maybe they want to be looking at keywords difficulty of 0 to, let's say, 2. And it needs to have a search volume of 100 to 1000, let's say. They'll click show results, and this will filter it from, let's say, the 36,000 keywords that we're looking at down to 224 keywords. Now, the issue you've got with doing this strategy, right, is one, keyword difficulty is very flawed. I've spoken about this in previous videos. Keyword difficulty only looks at backlinks going through to the pages that are ranking for those set of results. Like, for example, here, if we take a look at chartered accountants in Ireland, right, this is not a 0 keyword difficulty or easy as Ahrefs claims it is, right? So it's claiming that the keyword difficulty is 0, so it should be easy to rank. The search volume's around 800, 2,500 of which is coming from Ireland, 800 is coming from the UK. If we take a look at the results here, right, you've got a DR73 ranking at position number 1. You've got Wikipedia ranking at number 2, which is a DR97. Not sure why there's balloons appearing. Then you've got a LinkedIn, which is a DR99. You've got a YouTube channel, which is DR99. You've got a website, a business that's ranking, that's DR50. You've got another YouTube that's ranking, DR99. You've got Facebook. Basically, you're just not going to rank for that keyword, especially if you're like a DR, even if you're like a DR40 or 50 website, right? You're going to struggle to rank for that. And if we were to click on show more, even page 2, right? Like page 2, the lowest DR is 22 there, which I mean, it's achievable. But the average DR for that is like probably like DR 80 plus. So there's no way that you're going to be able to just rely on Ahrefs and just go off of keyword difficulty. So that's flawed. But this next strategy that I'm going to show you is going to be one of the best keyword research strategies that you can apply to your site. So step number 1, what you want to do is set up a incognito window. If you don't know how to do that, you can click Control-Shift-N, or if you're on Mac, Command-Shift-N, and it will open up a incognito. The reason why we're doing this is because we don't want Google to have any previous search history on us, because we're going to get skewed results in the end. Next, what we're going to do is we are going to search for our keyword. So let's say we are an accountancy firm, and I'll also show you different examples of this as well. But let's say we're an accountancy firm. We're going to search accountants for, and then space A, right? So this is called the Google Dropdown. Everything that you see in this basically indicates to you that it gets searches. So, for example, the reason why these queries are coming up, like accountants for actors, accountants for artists, authors, attorneys, is because other people are searching for it. This is a good indicator that people are searching for these keywords. So, for example, if we were to do accountants for artists, let's say, right? You've got all of these different websites ranking. Now, if we were to actually take a look at this query on Ahrefs, for example, as you can see here, you've got accountants for artists. It's still saying it's 0 keyword difficulty. But if we take a look at the websites that are ranking, you've got a DR1 website that's ranking for that. That's not a mistake, by the way. Like, if I actually open this up, you'll see that this is a DR1 website that's ranking for that keyword. Like, there's no hidden tricks, there's no backlinks being built to the website. I mean, there are some backlinks, but they're not powerful by any means. Let's take a look at some of the other ranking websites. So you've got a DR1 website, you've got a DR36 at position number 2, but then look at the rest of these results. Position number 3 is DR2, position number 4 is DR1, position number 5 is DR29. By the way, DR29, like anything to DR like 45 is very achievable. You can build 20-30 backlinks in a month and you can achieve that no problem at all. But you get the point, right? Like, these keywords or these websites, they just don't have any actual backlinks being built to them, and they're ranking very well for some of these keywords. Here's another example, right? So we've searched for accountants for barristers. Again, this just came up in the Google Dropdown. What I would do is like go through all of the alphabet. It's called the Google alphabet soup method. So you basically want to start from A, so accountants for A, look at all the keywords and then work your way through the alphabet. But this was one that came up for accountants for B. And as you can see here, right, this is saying that it's an 5 keyword difficulty, but it's actually pretty easy to rank, because website number 1 has a DR of 7. Website number 2 has a DR of 17. Website number 3 has a DR of 2, right? By the way, for the American viewers, if you don't know what a barrister is basically a type of lawyer. So again, like barristers, they have money, they need accountants, they're going to be searching for that keyword. But again, very easy to rank for. Now, I've actually asked ChatGPT, like, what industry can I do this for? Is it only like accountants? But it's actually came back with quite a lot of different styles. So, for example, we've got accountants for, lawyers for, dentists for, plumbers, mortgage brokers for, web designers for. This is really good. I actually used to consult with a few web developers, and this was like the strategy that I would always recommend to them. Like, you can literally start ranking for like website for artists, for example, and you can literally sell artists websites, or you can do websites for websites for art, websites for Amazon, websites for articles. We can do websites for B, so you've got websites for books, birthday wishes, boredom, etc. Now, this strategy doesn't just stop where it for local businesses. So you could actually use this strategy for like CRM softwares, like CRM, right? Ranking for like best CRM software is pretty much a no-go, right? Best CRM is how much is it? Keyword difficulty of 57, gets 700 searches in the UK. Let's swap this over to US and see what's there. Yeah, keyword difficulty of 42. Pretty high search demand. Let's see what type of websites are ranking. So as you can see, you've got DR 95, 91, 92, 94, 91, 93, 89, 96. Even if we were to go to page 2 of Google, they're all very high DR websites. The lowest DR website, which is position 22, is this charity CRM, right? But as you can see, like, all of these websites are very, very authoritative websites. No chance you're going to be able to rank for that. If we do CRM4, and then if we work our way through these, right, you've got a lot of different keywords that you can actually go after, like CRM for accounting firm. If we were to actually look at this, it's probably going to be a lot easier to rank for something like that as opposed to just best CRM. Like, take a look at this set of results. This is for CRM for tattoo artists. You've got a DR74, which is way more achievable in that space anyway, than the 90s and 80s that we were looking at for just the keyword best CRM. Then you've got a DR9 website. Then you've got DR76. You've obviously got Reddit. Where does Reddit not rank? Then you've got a DR29, a 74, a 16, 76, 76. So as you can see, it's a lot more achievable than just going after the keywords that's on the paid tools like Ahrefs and SEMrush. Another thing to bear in mind as well, right, is when it comes to the search volume, when you're doing this, when you're doing the Google Dropdown method, like CRM for agencies, small businesses, etc., right? when you're looking at these keywords in the Google Dropdown, Ahrefs will typically say that they either get very low, like 0 searches per month, or maybe 50 searches or 20 searches per month. The reality is that a lot of the keywords that do show up in the Google Dropdown, they're actually not being properly tracked by the paid tools. If you think of it right, paid tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush, any of the other tools, there has to be some form of cutoff. Otherwise, they're going to be tracking millions, trillions, billions of keywords, and just the business won't be profitable, right? So this is why I like to actually look at the Google Dropdown method, because typically speaking, the keywords that show up in this, they don't actually get tracked in Ahrefs or SEMrush properly. Meaning that other SEOs are typically not going to be going after these keywords, and it's just easier to rank. So that has been my video on how to find easy to rank keywords that has way less competition and way less high authority websites going after it. If you guys have enjoyed the video, please remember to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel. If you haven't already, make certain to download mySEO.app. It is the place to be when it comes to learning SEO tips and tricks. We've got live streams in there. We have a community section. So if you're ever struggling when it comes to SEO, this is the place to be. And it's completely free to join. We've got an app live on iOS and also Android. The link will be down below. Or if you want to work with me, head over to Kasra.com, fill in the contact form, and I will be in touch. Thanks for watching.